think not, and that regret shall crush you!
What?
We've been had! You two were leaving!
Is everyone still in one piece?
You should be ashamed that you're out of breath after only that, Sarah. Someone hasn't been keeping up on their training.
Oh, can it, Maria? It's high time you realize that you're the odd one out here. Is it even okay for you to use Labrys like that?
Oh, are you worried about me now?
Not about you. About the cosmogenic arm itself.
Right. Well, not really, no. I think I'm about to owe Zig the apology of the decade.
I'm really sorry you had to come out here and save me like that. It's kind of embarrassing after I put on that big show, huh?
It's honestly a miracle that you stood up to the Elder alone and lived to tell the tale. You certainly seem to have an awful sort of luck, youngster.
Can you quit calling me that, Maria? Khosrow was there with me at the start, though. We ended up getting separated along the way, but I'm sure he made it out fine.
Khosrow was with you, was he? Well then, I suppose that means Luther knows exactly what was going down out there. On the other hand, this could be our chance. This means they're all assuming Zeno here is dead now. We may have just picked ourselves up a trump card. Maybe this is the whole reason why we found ourselves there in the first place.
If you're here, that must mean Echo and our friend there got out all right too, huh? Glad to hear I helped at least that much. The Elder was stronger than anything I'd ever imagined. And that thing wasn't even back to its full power yet, was it? I can't just go on like this. The way I am now, there's no way I'll be able to protect anyone.
No, I do not imagine there is. Not as the amateur hunter you are today. I tell you what, though there are far worse things than a headstrong young man like you, You've got guts to be sure. So, how about this then? How about I train you myself, youngster? Fix you up into someone who can actually defend the people he loves.
Would you?
Just think of it as a favor for now. I've got plenty to work out myself, now that we've failed to put a stop to Elder. Sarah, do I have Xiao's approval?
That was his plan all along, so he's glad we got here early, he says. Unlike Sarah, who... Listen, Xiao, I don't need this right now.
I want to thank you. And ask a favor? Sorry. Could you keep my whole situation a secret from Echo? I feel like this is all the last thing she needs right about now. Don't worry, though. I'll be back once we've set things straight. So just... take care of her for me, would you? She's doing all right, you say? You make it sound like you've already been out to check. I won't forget this, and I'll return to repay my debts, don't you worry. Just hold it together until I make it back, eh?
Each other out.
This should be lots of fun.
Hiya, boss. We sure do bump into each other a lot, don't we? Guess that means we're both hard workers. There's a ton of us. Humans, Newmans, Casts, and Dumons. You think we wouldn't see each other around that much. But I feel like the only one I ever run into lately is you. Maybe a coincidence, but I feel like the idea of it being fate is more romantic. Throughout the history of arcs, there's all kinds of things that can't be explained and can't just be random chance. Like the origin of Doomen, for example. I don't know how long ago it was, but I heard that some biological remains appeared out of a temporal rift. I've only read the records myself, but it was said that the remains were clearly from another time period. It was like a false spawn, but it had skin like a dragon. They did experiments with it, and that's what led to us being created. Also, I need you to keep this next part between us. The remains, their composition bears a strong resemblance to that of the rampaging dragons. That's a pretty strange coincidence or random chance, if I do say so myself. But I do enjoy existing, so I don't want to overthink it too much.
Well, hello there. I can see you're being a busy bee. Do you happen to be familiar with this weapon type? This is a katana. It's a special weapon favored by Regius, head of the trio of heroes. It seems Regius has finally decided to show the next generation how to use them. You could say it's Regius's legacy, I suppose. Not that my skill with them is much to brag about. Now then, I'm gonna give you a special lesson on katanas. The most important thing about them is... Well, I guess you could say timing is the most important aspect. Take a breath and unsheath your blade. Sync up your breathing with your enemies, then counter their moves. I suppose that's the gist of it. The reason Regius never taught before was because this requires keen senses and lots of practice. If you don't sync up your breathing and lose your cool, your blade will dull. This weapon requires sharp senses most of all. But if you manage to maintain the proper form, the power of the katana is unmatched. You want to try it?
Let's get to
I've got
work.
this.
Emergency!
Emergency! Code! Attack! Completed!
Please be careful!
Emergency! Code! Due!
Excellent job.
Completed!
Emergency!
Emergency! Code! Elimination!
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Completed!
Hey there, Arcs Up! Yes, you! I'm Huey, 6th of the Council of 6. Wait, have we met? Because I feel like we might have met. Or maybe we haven't. Oh, this is gonna bug me. What am I saying? No, it won't. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? More importantly, do you have any crises I can help solve? Even after joining the Council of 6, helping people is all I'm really good at. And I've got nothing better to do. Everyone's got things they're good at, and this goes to show the Council of 6 is no different. I can't help who I am. Besides, we pillars are chosen purely based on strength, because it means we're less likely to croak. Short-lived leaders are bad for morale. Oh? I sense the photons of someone in distress. With that, I'll be taking my leave. Farewell!
Emergency! Code! Attack!
Yes, but you needn't shout so loudly, Rila. Well, as you can plainly see, this time Rila is showing me around. She's teaching me about the exceptional nature of this place. You were born here as well, Rila? That explains a lot. It's just your imagination. Though, Rila, does that mean you were born looking as you are now? Master Kamiz, you say? I don't believe I have met him yet.
Emergency. Ears open.
Your Majesty, code Q.
Excellent job. You are clear to return.
Completed.
Come on back.
Enough of this charade now, Xion. Such futile endeavors are beneath you. Oracle and Arcs are all in the palm of my hand, and soon, you shall join them.
Nothing in this universe is futile. These people convinced me of that. And it is from there we began.
Very well. Struggle all you like. A few twists and turns in our story will make things all the more interesting. I will enjoy watching it all play out. Such is the pleasure and privilege of those unburdened by fleeting mortality. Such is our right. And you. I've heard so much about all of the things you've gotten up to. Do as you like. I won't impede you. Make things interesting for me. When you live forever, you need a little bit of stimulation. Wouldn't you all agree?
Luther may have cast aside his humanity, but he has not forgotten what it is to be mortal. He is enjoying this entirely too much. Because he was once mortal, he fears boredom above all else. That is his strength, but also his weakness. something to take advantage of. Were it up to me, that is what I would do. We also think the same way. Therefore, we are not mistaken. You must keep the faith and move forward. The path you seek will come. A new path, desired by all.
Xiao has finally bust onto the scene. Huh, I see. So that was how you met. In that case, then that'll probably end up that way. And, maybe that's what will happen. Oh, sorry. When I was young and sickly, I used to stay in bed and read a lot of books. I always really enjoyed imagining what was going to happen. That's why I'm so curious about why Xion created Xiao and had you two meet when you did. From here on out, you'll be borrowing Xiao's power to put an end to Luther's plot. I wonder if everything leading to this was inevitable. Elder managed to revive, Theodore is still being used, and Luther keeps closing in on Xion. Maybe Luther would have suspected something if any one of those conditions weren't met. It was probably a future Xion only arrived at after seeing failure after failure. Any shortcuts and it all would have fallen apart. Elder was allowed to revive, and Zeno was rescued. That's one thing Luther doesn't know. Add it all up, and it connects to Xion's plan for the distant future. They're lining up all the pieces for that purpose. This must be how it starts. In fact, I think everything you've done has moved things forward. Sarah trusts you now after all you've done, and you've even got Mary helping you out. How is it all gonna come together? Let's watch the next recording.